tell you a story. Once upon a time, it was 2005. I was at the World Cyber Games USA Championship in New York City at the Hammerstein Ballroom. What's interesting about esports events back then is that streaming was not even a thing. Keep in mind, in 2005, YouTube didn't exist. It was 2006 when that came out, okay? So in 2005, YouTube was not a thing, which meant that streaming in general was not really a robust thing. It was a thing, but not like robustly. So at this particular event, it didn't look like many other esport events. Like if you tuned into the recent ESL1 tournament, it's a huge stadium and there's sections of the audience freaking out, losing their shit, cheering for their favorite team, go Team Liquid, woo! Sorry about SK. It wasn't like that back then. Because why does that whole stadium audience setup function? Because there's viewers. And you can sell against viewers. You can sell sponsorships. You can sell tickets. You can have merchandise there. You can have other direct consumer audience member to tournament organizer ways of generating money. But back then, not really a stable, efficient way to do the streaming. So it wasn't a huge audience focused thing. It was more of like a trade show where the draw that would bring people into the trade show was this tournament, and then there would be booths set up for various at venue sponsors, and there would be a main stage where there would be certainly gameplay footage from the various tournaments that were going on, but there would also be a host doing audience participation jazz and doing little sponsor shout outs and stuff, trying to keep the crowd pleased and drawing people in. So it was a very different, unusual business model for a modern esports observer. Because I think for a modern esports observer, it's all about the players in the tournament. Not really there. It's just all about a random guy who showed up with a backpack who's wandering around going, oh, there's a cool thing. Oh, look, oh, I can try a new Sound Blaster thing. Oh, look, there's someone playing Warcraft 3 and StarCraft. Oh, I remember those games, you know. So all these tournaments were going on this floor. But because there was sort of alternating schedule where sometimes they'd play this game here and put it up on the main stage, a lot of the Brood War players didn't really have much to do at certain points in time. So there was the host, again, who I told you was doing audience things, who would have various little competitions. I need 4 members from the audience to come up on stage. And I mean, the tournament starts at like 8 a.m., like no one's there. And me and Nick and Froz and Artosis are like, pick us. We get up there, and he's like, all right, we're going to be giving away this digital camera to the winner of this competition. Now, from what country is the StarCraft pro gamer Slayer's Boxer? And we're all like, South Korea, right? All Brood War players, but of course, Nero won the camera. Damn it. Oh, shit. And the rest of us got these t-shirts, right? Got these t-shirts as a consolation prize. And then about 15, 30 minutes later, the host would say, I need 4 volunteers from the audience. And Nick would be like, and he'd go up there and he'd be like, all right, we're going to do a push-up competition. And Nick would be like, oh, fuck, right? So he'd like try to do his push-ups, and Nick did as many push-ups as he could, but there's like literally a random bodybuilder who's awake there who did like 130 just like right there. And Nick is not some out-of-shape guy 11 years ago, but he can't do 130 push-ups at any point in his life. No offense, Nicky. So Nick's like, fuck, so he gets another t-shirt. And as time goes on, Nick just keeps showing up again and again, because unfortunately Nick and I were paired first round in the tournament, so he got knocked out. And he had nothing to do. Later on in that story, he would eventually take the microphone, go up on stage, and do his very first ever cast, simply by convincing Radio ITG to let him. But during that interstitial period, Nick was just doing his fucking, I need 4 volunteers, yeah! And I mean, it was getting horrible. He had like, his backpack was like stuffed full of these WCG, these World Cyber Games t-shirts. And he would be up there, it would be like 2 p.m. He would have done like 5 push-up competitions, and they'd be like, all right, it's time for our 4 guests competing for this digital camera to do a push-up competition. Nick would just fuck, just like take his t-shirt and walk off stage. So finally, at the end of the day, we need 4 volunteers. Nick like goes up there, me like gets up there, and the host goes, "All right, whoever can answer this trivia question will win this digital camera. What country?" And Nick goes, "South Korea." And he goes, "Correct!" And Nick goes, "Oh my God!" His arms are trembling from having done like so many push-ups throughout the day. And so that was 11 years ago. I was a sophomore in high school. And we just had so many World Cyber Games shirts. And over time, they'd wear out. They'd get torn or ripped. And I would work out in them and get my gross man sweat, bare hair all over it, and had to throw them away and stuff. And this is the only WCG shirt that I have left. And normally I don't even wear it. I just saw it today and just thought that's a nice memory and decided to wear it today.